We will now proceed to the next agenda item, which marks the final and also one of the most important session of today's webinar. And after this session, you can ask questions from our panel members by raising your hand. This session will be led by Dr. Ashika Rahman, Regional Manager Asia for the ENFP Support Network and President of the Erasmus Mundus Association. We greatly appreciate Dr. Ashika's effort in raising awareness about this scholarship program among the potential candidates of Asia region. He will be sharing his experiences and valuable insights, and this is an excellent opportunity for you to ask questions and gain further clarifications directly from him. Over to you, Dr. Ashika.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tushara, for this nice introduction. So, dear distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues from the Ministry of Education, Erasmus Plus National Focal Point for Sri Lanka, Ms. Sasika Lianag, and also the moderator for today's session, Ms. Tushara Muthakumarana, Auxiliary ENAP for Sri Lanka. I would like to also convey my thanks to the EU delegation Sri Lanka, and especially thanks goes to Ms. Sewandi Yapa for your great contribution. As always, you are always there. Also, thanks to Nandana. It's a long time I have seen you in the screen. Very happy to see our former colleague from Erasmus Mundus Association Board. And thanks to all the other speakers. I should write your name when I heard about you, but I'm really happy to hear from you. It's a great, let's say, organization from the Ministry of Education in collaboration with the EU delegation, Sri Lanka. And I think these types of activities are really important for our future generations. Let me officially thank our aspiring students and future leaders. It's an absolute honor for me to be here today representing the Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters Program as the President of Erasmus Mundus Association, as well as the Regional Manager for Asia, the centralized support to the network of Erasmus Plus National Focal Points. I do believe, and this is my confidence to tell you, that these types of event definitely signifies a remarkable step in broadening horizons and building global connections. I always believe that the Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters, it's not just an Erasmus program. It is a life-changing opportunity that fosters academic excellence, intercultural understanding, and a commitment to making a difference in the world. Apparently, the Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters program has played an instrumental role in shaping the careers and personal growth of thousands of students across the globe. So far, starting from 2004 till today, there was like around 35,000 students who directly got benefited from this Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters program from 189 countries. So you can imagine how much global this is. Each year, talented individuals embark on an extraordinary journey through Europe, studying in multiple universities, immersing themselves in diverse cultures, and forming lifelong bonds with people from every corner of the world. And this is Erasmus Mundus program. So together, of course, you gather here to learn about the Erasmus Mundus program, but I put it that way that Sri Lankan students, in order to embrace this journey, to bring your own perspectives and insights, and to forge paths that will enhance your contributions on the global stage. This is the pathway for helping others. So without moving further, I know that there are several questions you are writing in the chat box and in the QA options in the Zoom platform. I'm really amused to see how much you would like to know. Let me make it simple to give you some basic understanding about Erasmus Mundus program. Keep in mind, as a student, in order to go for Erasmus Mundus program, you have to apply for Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters. You should have 16 years academic background. Try to count down like how many years you have studied. So basically, it means you should have a 4 years bachelor degree, or if you have like 3 years program, then you should have also 1 year more, maybe master's or other diploma degree. So basically, you need 16 years academic degree to go for Erasmus Mundus program. If you have a bachelor degree, that's enough to move forward. If you're currently like master level students, let's say you are a master degree student, or you have done 1 master's, 2 masters, it doesn't matter. You can go for the 3rd master's with Erasmus Mundus program. Only one condition. If you receive a scholarship from Erasmus Mundus one time, you cannot apply for second time scholarship. You can study second time without a scholarship from Erasmus Mundus, but for the scholarship opportunity, you can only run one time, and you can get, let's say you received one time scholarship, you cannot go for the second chance. So this is the only limitation. What you should have as eligibility criteria? 5 things. Keep in mind, always 5 things. If you have these 5 things, you are ready to submit your application now. The first one is grades. The more, the better. The results, your bachelor result, your bachelor and master's result, whatever. Your grades is important. The more, the better. So let's say if we count like the whole application package is 100%, the grades are counting basically 30% of the 100% application package. The second thing, quite important, curriculum vitae. You know that European Commission or all types of institutions from Europe are currently following Europass format. This is the format for the curriculum vitae. Usually, we try to tell students that you should have publications or you should have some research knowledge. But those who are fresh graduates, don't be afraid about this, because there is some criteria, like fresh graduates criteria. Around 30% students will be the fresh graduate. Those who have, like, let's say 1 master's, they are also in this different criteria. So in order to go for a scholarship, it's always better you have some differences than other students. If you can't stand out from the crowd, you will not get the scholarship. Let's say every year around 2,800 students are getting scholarship from all over the world. And the applications we received, it is more than how much? Around 30,000. So from 30,000, 3,000 will get the scholarship. So you know that this is a competition. And if you want to win the competition, you should stand out from the crowd. So this is always good if you have a publication knowledge or at least some basic knowledge about research, like say abstract, how you like you submit some abstract or something. So please try to go for these types of knowledge. But if you're a fresh graduate, still it is okay. In order to get the scholarship, if you have the publications, of course, it will give some extra benefits. Then this is same for the work experience. If you do have some experience, always it is a plus. If you don't have, no problem. There is some criteria also for fresh graduates. So the second is like curriculum vitae, that is around like 20% of the 100%, 100 number application package. The third one and the most important one is the motivation letter, statement of purpose, letter of intent, essay, letter, whatever name you can tell, doesn't matter. This is the same thing, 1 to 1.5 pages, let's say 750 words to 1250 words maximum. In some program, they mention very clearly, maximum 1 page. Some program, they mention clearly, maximum 1,000 words. So don't cross the limit, always be simple, follow the eligibility criteria. If they mention to write something in 1 page, go for maximum 750 words. So in motivation letter, what you should write? 4 different things. First paragraph, you can say about yourself, your current study, let's say your thesis, your final year result, something like that. Second one, it should be your academic background. Like you are an engineer, you have studied these subjects, you have 10 publications, 4 journals, blah, 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 whatever. Write something about your academic background. The third one is most important one. Why you are going to apply for this program, specifically for this university, for this program, for this country. Mention something very positive. Don't always write something that we are looking forward to go for this, that, blah, 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 beautiful country, a lot of money. No, write something quite positive that has some relationship that you are coming back to your country in order to contribute for the development of the country. And finally, the final one, mention something confidently that why you have chosen this university. Maybe you can mention about the ranking, about their academic environment, about their program curriculum, and confidently tell them that you believe you will be one of the winners whenever they go for selection, something like that. So this is the third one, motivation letter. Keep in mind, if a student has everything, results, IELTS scores, let's say motivation letter, recommendation letter, everything, but his motivation is not good enough, he will not get the chance. But the student has motivation, proper motivation, the other are like below average, we'll choose only these students who have the proper motivation. And the motivation letter also counts around 20% of the total application package numbers. The fourth one, okay, you know the recommendation letter. You should collect this recommendation letter from those professors or like managers from your institutions where you are currently working, it should be something like he mentioned about your, let's say, daily activities. Let's say you are a student who always follow the deadline in order to submit the assignment. You are students who knows how to do the group work, how to do the teamwork, something like quite positive. So in order to collect these types of reference letter or motivation letter, recommendation letter, please try to collect from someone who knows you at least for 1 year. So you should have submit to at least 2 motivation letter. For some programs, they ask more than 2, but most of the program they're asking for 2. And this counts around like 10 to 15% from the total application package. The final one, most important one, I would put that way because you are asking a lot of questions about IELTS. This is basically language proficiency. So as a student, you should have submitted at least 1 language proficiency certificate. For Europe, IELTS mostly acceptable. In order to get the scholarship, you should have 6.5 band score out of 9. If you get 6, you may get the scholarship, but not really the visa, because there are 2 different things. Visa is connected with the country, with the immigration department, and scholarship is connected with the university. Sometimes a student, they get the scholarship, but for visa application, the minimum criteria is 6.5. So be careful. If you want to, let's say, go to Glasgow University with Erasmus Mundus, you should have 6.5 in IELTS. This is only one. And then if you have like GRE, PTE, SAT, TOEFL, you can complement this also if you don't do the IELTS. At the same time, some universities, they are offering medium of instruction certificate. For those who have studied, let's say, 4 years bachelor program in English, around 30% program, they're also accepting these types of medium of instruction certificate. You didn't do the IELTS, but you can still submit this and you can go for the show. But keep in mind, in order to get this scholarship, it is always better that you are stand out from the crowd. Go for the IELTS. It takes maximum 2 months preparation, and you can easily get like 7.5 out of 9. So these are the 5 things: results, curriculum vitae, motivation letter, 2 recommendation letter, at least 2 recommendation letter, and language proficiency certification. Let's say IELTS. If you have these 5 things right now in your hand, you can actually apply this year. So like 4 years bachelor results. So I think I have covered most of the questions. Some students there, you are asking that if you can go Erasmus Mundus with the scholarship and you can take your spouse with you. Yes, it depends on the country. For some countries, immigration procedures, they're quite open. So let's say if you first semester or if you achieve the scholarship and the host institution is from France, you can easily bring your wife, even kids with you, doesn't matter. But for some countries, they are not okay with the spouse because this is a mobility program. Every 6 months, you have to be mobile. You have to go to a different country, different university. So for some country, let's say they're still trying to figure out how they can offer visa to your wife or kids. But most of the different countries now, they're quite open. You can bring your wife with you if in order to go for Erasmus Mundus joint master's programs. Some of you asked that if you can apply PhD program under Erasmus Mundus. No, from 2021, basically all PhD programs that we had before 2021 under Erasmus Mundus, Erasmus Plus category. Currently, we do have these types of programs under Marie Skłodowska-Curie options, MSCA, Marie Skłodowska-Curie PhD. You can go for the PhD or postdoc or staff exchange. So all types of, let's say, high-level research currently under Marie Skłodowska-Curie actions. And till masters like EMGM, you can go for go under Erasmus Mundus or Erasmus Plus program. Let's say for masters, you can go with a scholarship for the Erasmus Mundus joint masters. Those who are bachelor students, you are asking if you can go during the bachelor study. Yes, you can go, but here in this case, it's mostly about your institution. If your institution have any agreement under Erasmus Plus international credit mobility, yes, you can go for a 6 month, like 1 semester or 2 semester maximum. You can study in a different country and come back, and then your credit should be adjusted with the host institution in your country. So there are several things, and I think I must tell that as a president of Erasmus Mundus Association, it's a privilege for me to lead a global community of alumni. Currently, we do have 16,000 alumni who have transferred their ambitions into actions that benefit the society. For information, our alumni, let's say all Erasmus Mundus joint master graduates, let's say they are innovators, researchers, policymakers, and social entrepreneurs working to address some of the world's most pressing issues. So this community, Erasmus Mundus joint masters community, not only represents a shared academic experience, but also a network that support each other, uplift new generations, and build bridges across continents. Also, Erasmus Mundus is not just academic mobility. Try to understand, like, it is not only about study. It is about forging global citizenship, who will bring back knowledge, who will bring back, let's say, who will contribute to the national development and inspire future generations. Definitely, Erasmus Mundus graduates, they are committed to supporting EU, those who are future generations, in every step of the way, from application guidance to integration within our thriving alumni community that spans around 189 countries. So I would like to open the floor if you have any more questions, or if there is any questions from the like moderation team. I'm happy to answer. And thank you so much for inviting me to this vibrant community. I've seen around 800 participants are there, so I'm really happy. And thanks to you, Tushara, for this outstanding moderation.
Thank you, Dr. Ashikar, for sharing your valuable insights and the clarifications made for the questions that our student raised. You as our regional manager, we are really honored to having you with us today to make this event a real success. Dear participants, now you can raise your questions to verify from your esteemed panel members. By raising your hand, we will try our best to cater your questions as much as possible. The floor is yours now.
I think one of the questions raised in the QA quite often seems to be like, if people has to apply for each individual university. No, it's not the case. You have a consortium. You just need to apply for the consortium. And then which universities you will be allocated, everything will be decided by the consortium.
And also, I want to mention that there is no application charge included in applying for this scholarship. It's free of charge. Everything is online. The application procedure, the selection, and announcement of the scholarship award everything is online. So there's no charge or payment applicable in this.
Thank you, Ms. Evandi. Tusita Ranjan, you have a question. Your mic is still on. Tusita, we can't hear you. Okay, until Tusita joins, I will ask a question. This question goes to Dr. Nandana. Dr. Nandana, should applicants apply to all the universities within the consortium, or it is enough to choose and apply to just one institution?
Yes, it's just one institution. So if you go to the course website, you will have like an online link to apply. So you apply to the consortium, and then sometimes you are given the chance to give your preferences that which universities you would like to study for your first year, second year, but you only have to apply once through the consortium. And to reiterate what Ms. Sevandi said, it's free. So I think there's no reason for you not to apply. There's like so much easy process to apply online with if you have all your documents ready. So there's no reason for you not to apply actually.
Thank you, Dr. Nandana. Tusita, are you ready now?
Maybe I can jump in between. Someone is asking how many programs you can apply in 1 year. You can apply as much as you are like eligible to go for application. Until 2021, there is a limitation that makes some 3 programs you can apply, but currently there is no limitation. So as a, let's say, knowledge people, try to find out which one is a good match for you. Don't go for 20 application. Try to find out like best 3, best 5, best 7, and then prepare accordingly, submit the application really like on it, go for the successful applications and you will win it. If you win like 5 applications, like 5 Erasmus Mundus, you cannot run actually like go for 5. So try to find the best match for your future career.
Thank you, Dr. Ashikar. There is another question for you. Student asks, do we need to change the motivation letter according to the programs that we're going to select?
Yes, otherwise how you can be stand out from the thousands of applications. So try to understand, like I always give some tips following my experience. Try to read the whole program, let's say mission, vision. You know, if you go to the program website, you see like they do have a mission. Forget about your own personal vision. Try to understand their vision. Try to know what exactly they want from a graduates from their program. And then try to make a match between your motivation and their vision. Try to exactly tell what they want, but in a different word, using different types of words. You know, if you can win their heart, you can win the scholarship. So follow the program and of course, try to furnish this motivation letter following the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ashikar. Is there any participant to raise a question? Sampath, Madhika Fernando, Randimal Vijay Sundara? Participant, you are allowed to ask the questions. Please unmute your mic and raise your questions.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
I have 2 questions. One is like I'm a engineering fresh graduate. So can I apply for a master's in marketing? Like it's a different field, but my interest in there to like include marketing knowledge into my career path also. So that's a one question. Another is what's the relation between the ECTS and the our GPA? Like it's the same. Like if I have 3.7 GPA in engineering, can I feel it as 3.7 ECTS score?
Maybe I can go for the first and then I can go for the second following the country GPA things. Regarding switching your career, let's say you are a graduate, fresh graduate from engineering, any types of engineering, and now you want to move to business world, marketing, accounting, whatever. Yes, it is eligible, allowed. Keep in mind, Erasmus Mundus program is a multidisciplinary program. So in each program, let me give you an example. I graduated from Erasmus Mundus Archaeological Material Science. I'm an engineer from electrical and electronics engineering background. I studied archaeological material science. So think like the differences. In our team, we have like 20 students from 19 countries from 12 backgrounds. So we did we used to have colleagues from archaeology, history, chemist, applied chemist, physicist, computer scientist, and then electrical engineer. So this is something like really, let's say, a multidisciplinary program. You are allowed because engineer also needs marketing for marketing their products. You are allowed to move any field you would like to go for. But the most important thing that you have to convince the program consortium why you want to switch from a background to a new like academic discipline where you don't have any experience. And if you feel that your motivation letter will be really something that will exemplify your motivation, proper motivation, yes, you will be selected for the scholarship. There is no problem. So you can choose the field. We do have like I have seen several friends like who have done second master, third masters in a different discipline. It is allowed, and UNIF is quite open. So no worries for this. And now over to you, Nandana. Maybe you can tell how or what is the relationship between the GPA and ECTS.
Thanks, Dr. Ashikar. It's nice to see you after a long time. Good to catch up. Yeah, so I think for the application, when you are like, especially in the motivation letter or when you are like presenting yourself, just saying that like 3.7 out of 4.2 GPA, I think would be enough for most of the evaluators to understand where you stand. And also, I think in motivation letters, especially if you are like a high performing student, it's also good to mention like I am in the top 5% of the class, like top N% of the class. That also is kind of helps to relatively understand how good you are in the in GPAs, right? Because I think at least in when talking with the professors in different consortia, like after graduating, it's like certain countries have like tendencies to have higher results compared to the other countries. They kind of want to see how you relatively perform in the crowd. So I think that's one thing to highlight. For the ECTS requirements, like I think Dr. Ashikar also mentioned before, like if you have done a 4 years bachelor's program, I think for all the programs, you fulfill the minimum requirements. If you have done a 3 years bachelor's program, then you have to be careful about the minimum ECTA requirements for the bachelor's. I know, Mr. Wandi, maybe you have like more information about the exact criteria.
Actually, recently came to know that there is an online tool provided by the WES application system. There's a calculator that you can enter your GPA, and then the system will generate based on the information fed by the student how much is the relevant requirement from that based on the degree program. I'll try to find the link and post it on the chat in a little while, but of course student also can do little bit of search from the internet for the WES calculator that we can take into help in this regard. Hope this is helpful.
Hello. First of all, I must thank you all for this amazing opportunity. So, can I ask the question?
Yes, of course. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So, I think session should be more cover about the safety and security in the campus environment and the accommodation and cost of living. So, please cover them also. Thank you.
Dr. Ashika, would you like to comment on that, or shall I go ahead?
Maybe go ahead, please. I'll add there.
Okay, so in that case, we have a definite, how do I say, ceiling of the allowance that is being given to the students. So I'm not sure whether it's based on each of the university on that case, but Dr. Ashikar may be able to correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as for my knowledge, we have a ceiling that is allowed for the students to cover their expenses, living expenses actually. For a time being, it hasn't been changed, but we have a ceiling. Maybe Dr. Ashkar can comment on that as well, because I'm not really aware on that. Maybe I can check and get back to you later on.
Thank you. Thank you, Shiandi. For all of you, keep in mind that from 2021, Erasmus is much more clear that than it used to have. Currently, each student, whatever country you are belong to, you will be as an allowance, you will receive 1,400 per month. So Erasmus Mundus is a 2 years joint master's program. 2 years means 4th semester. Minimum 2 university from 2 different countries. Maximum 4th semester in 4 different university in 4 different countries. Per month, you will receive 1,400 euros. So if you calculate 24 months, you will get 33,600 euros. The total amount that a student will receive. So this is the amount that you will receive in your bank account. Maybe the first month allowance you'll receive cash from the first one, and then you will receive. So until 2021, the let's say flight cost for the flight, everything was separate, but this time it is all together. So you have to pay everything, and you will receive 1,400 per month. Total 33,600 if we consider whole 2 years package. Apart from this, university registration fee, application fees, semester fee, tuition fee, let's say conference, seminar, workshop, summer school, winter school, whatever payment the university should pay for your education, for your Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters. There is a separate allowance for the university. It is around 1900 till, 19,000 till 27,000. You don't need to worry about any fees, as Ms. Yolandi mentioned, that there's no application fee. I put it that way, that there is only one thing that you need, internet package, in order to submit the application. That's it. There is nothing. You don't need to send anything like hard copy. You don't need to pay a single penny for the application fee, but only the internet package. If you have the internet, like today, you are already all connected. That means you have the internet and you can apply, and you will receive, after 2 years, you will receive total amount to 33,600 euros per month, 1,400. I hope it's clear. And it will cover everything. Don't be worried about this. Maximum, like it depends on the country. Let's say if you live in Paris, this is the most expensive currently in Europe. You have to spend around like 800 to 900. This is the maximum. If you stay like middle class, if you stay like really high class, it depends on you how much you want to spend. I hope it's clear.
Thank you, Dr. Ashikar.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
First I must thank you all for the amazing introduction and the further explanations. My question is that the master's program that we are going to apply for, is it like offering from a one sole university, or can it be a collaboration of several universities? Sorry if you discussed and I missed it. I may have missed it because I was listening to the whole program at my office. Sorry for that. So my question is that, can it be a collaboration of several universities?
Okay, let me make it clear. Sorry, Nandana, you already explained, but maybe you can also jump in when I finish. Let's think that way. There is a consortium. When you say consortium, that means minimum 1 or 2 universities from Europe, minimum. And then at least 1 university from outside. So minimum 3 universities will be part of this consortium. They all together, this is the 3 universities, means like partner university. What do you say partner university? Under one consortium. This, among these 3 universities, one is the host university. That is the main university. And then the other 2 is the partner university. So minimum 2 universities from Europe, at least 1, minimum 1 from outside of, beyond Europe, outside of Europe. So these are the partner universities. Then they will go for also associate partners. That means there is no money involved for other institution. So how many associate partners could be there? In one program, we have seen around like 30 plus associate partner universities, institutions, NGOs. Like even in my program, like Erasmus Mundus Archaeological Material Science, there was like 18 country universities involved. So you can imagine how big the size of the consortium. But basically, minimum requirements is 3 universities, 2 from Europe, 1 from outside. So at least these 3 universities who will offer you the degree. Whenever you receive the final degree, these names of the names of the university will be in your degree. So they made a consortium. They submit the application for getting funds in order to provide you scholarship. Whenever they get the chance to get they get the amount, they win the project, then they announce the scholarship program. And then each year, one program can go for mixed in 4 years' time. This budget is for 72 months, sorry. Total 4 edition. So let's say 24-25 is that 1 edition, 25-26, another edition, 26-27, another edition. So they go for 4 edition. Each year they can go for maximum 20 scholarship. So whenever you go for Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters Catalog, you see there are like around 200 plus programs. Currently 219 programs are there. These programs, they get funding for 4th edition, 5 different years, maximum for 60 scholarships. Each year, each program, they are providing, let's say, around 15 to 25 scholarships. So in order to go for application, you don't need to think about all the university. Just think about this one program, which has 1 consortium and host university, and 1 application. If you want to know that where I will be studying, there's 2 different mobility pathways. One is they have decided already. Let's say for my case, it was decided, Portugal, Greece, Italy. I have to study my first semester in Portugal, University of Évora, second one in Greece, Institute of University of Thessaloniki, third one in Italy, Rome La Sapienza, University of Rome La Sapienza. It was pre-decided. But for some programs, there is opportunity for students to select. They will give you the option. There is a first mobility path, second mobility, third mobility. Students will select. I hope this clarifies your question. And Nandana, please welcome if you want to add something.
No, that was very clear. Thanks, Ashik.
Thank you, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Am I audible?
Okay, Rashmi, go ahead.
Okay, first of all, thank you very much for this wonderful session. And my question is, I'm not a fresh graduated one. I'm graduated 2022, so I don't have publications. So is that going to be a disadvantage? Or do they reject my application? So that's was the question. Thank you.
Maybe Nandana, you can go ahead, please.
Yeah, I think Dr. Ashika covered a lot of it as well. So if you have publications, definitely it's a plus point, but not having publications will not make you less eligible. So for example, at the time I applied for my master's, I didn't really have like proper publications in a journal or a conference, but then you can put more effort on your motivation, like sell yourself, why you should be a good candidate, how you fit to this program, your academic background, and whatever other additional things that you have done, if you have done other projects, how they how they are related to this program. I think it's all about how you sell yourself. So if you think that you are lacking academic performance or publications, try to overcome that in your motivation. Explain that how you are good fit and why you deserve a scholarship in your motivation. So it won't be issue in the selection. So I know like so many other people who got Erasmus masters from Sri Lanka and other countries without publications. So don't let that discourage you for applying.
Okay,
Hello.
thank you, Dr. Ashika. And
Hello.
also Dr. Nandana. I'm afraid we have limited time period, so raise only two questions.
Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Thanks for the opportunity. My question is, I have a first class honors degree, but I completed only the final 2 years. So as I had already earned higher diploma, so first 2 years was exempted. So am I eligible to apply? Thanks.
Maybe I can jump in. It is really tough to explain, let's say in a sentence after without knowing your exact academic field. Let's put it that way. If you study around 30 hours, this is basically 1 credit, 1 ECTS. So if you check your academic curriculum, you can identify how many hours you spent. In some countries, it's like basically 4 hours. 1 credit means 4 hours. So check your curriculum. If basically for Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters, you need at least 120 credits. That means you have to study multiplied by 30. But for some countries, they're quite open. It is very clearly mentioned how many hours means 1 credit, ECTS, something like that. So it's like around 30 hours for Bangladeshi students, as I'm from Bangladesh. So if you can consider that way, that 4 years you have studied, let's say for my case, 120 multiplied by 30 hours. These are the hours that I spent in the university. If it is like that, like for your 2 years plus 2 years, you can actually make it eligible. But I will put it that way, that please send an email to the program coordinator if you have a confusion. Inform your situation, tell him you have studied this, and if you are available to, you are eligible to apply for this program. If the coordinator is okay and allow you to submit the application, then you don't need to worry about anything. You can submit the application. Whenever you have a question and you are confused, you don't get the proper answer, you are always okay to write to the coordinator. And I do believe that all coordinators are quite friendly. and they will take it very positively.
Okay, we can go for another question.
Can you hear me?
Yes, who is this? Sasitharan, please proceed.
I got my top-up degree from a Wales University, and it says the classification is 2:1. So what can be my GPA?
Sorry, we couldn't get you clearly. Please repeat.
I did my top-up degree from Wales University, and the transcript says classification as 2:1. So as a GPA, what should I add it?
I think this question will asked by Dr. Nandana. Is it comfortable to you, Dr. Nandana?
Yeah, I think like Miss Sevandi actually shared in the chat like a calculator, like a West calculator. So I don't know the university that you mentioned. Is it from Sri Lanka? Because I didn't the name didn't sound familiar. So I think you need to use one of these calculators that convert depending on your origin country or like the country of the university that is awarding your bachelor's program, to convert it into a GPA value. I think if you search a little bit and then use the link that Miss Sevandi posted in chat, I think you would be able to do that.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Nandana. From that, we have come to the end of today's session. With the great support of all our esteemed panel members and the alumni scholars, we tried our best to accommodate all of your questions as the time permits. If you have further questions, please feel free to forward them via email. We are here to assist you throughout the process. Thank you all participants to join us with today. We hope you are living with a great motivation and a clear understanding of this scholarship program. Remember, the Erasmus Mundus scholarship is a great opportunity to achieve your dreams. We wish you all the best and hope Sri Lanka can secure more scholarship opportunities in coming year. Thank you all.